Okay, now we go on. More multiple choice questions. Question number 25. Adam suggests that restaurants could reduce obesity if their menus. Restaurants could reduce obesity. Obesity is motapa. Yeah. My problem as well. So, restaurants could reduce obesity if their menus. Now, something related to the menus of restaurants. Okay. So, this is something which is related to the menus. A. Offered fewer options. If menus offered fewer options. Okay. B. Had more low calorie food. Right. If on the menu, if there is more low calorie food. And C. Were organized in a particular way. Now, you will focus in the audio. Adam suggests that restaurants could reduce obesity if they offered fewer options. Fewer options means salan mein ye do cheezein hain. Yeah. Like, you know, sometimes you go home and you say, salan mein kya hai? Answer comes salan. Yeah, whatever it is, you'll be given that, okay? Yeah. Option B, had more low calorie food. If they focus, if the restaurants offer low calorie food, it can be the answer. It is, well, sometimes restaurants cannot offer low calorie food because people usually don't like that. Or low calorie food does not produce good taste or anything like that. And option C, were organized in a particular way. Now let's see what's the answer. Question number 25.
So what can we say about helping people to lose weight? There's a lot we could say about what restaurants could do to reduce obesity. I read that the items at the start of a menu and the items at the end of a menu are much more likely to be chosen than the items in the middle. So, if you put the low-calorie items at the beginning and end of the menu, people will probably go for the food with fewer calories without even realizing what they're doing.
So, anyone who selected A? No. Anyone who selected B? Low cal. But they said low calorie should come in the beginning or end and all that. So, it's actually were organized in a particular way. C is the right answer, and they fit this low calorie thing in that answer also, right? Okay, I'll play it again.
So what can we say about helping people to lose weight? There's a lot we could say about what restaurants could do to reduce obesity. I read that the items at the start of a menu and the items at the end of a menu are much more likely to be chosen than the items in the middle. So, if you put the low-calorie items at the beginning and end of the menu, people will probably go for the food with fewer calories without even realizing what they're doing.
Okay, so that is organized in a particular way. Question number 26. The students agree that food manufacturers deliberately. Now, something food manufacturers do deliberately. Deliberately means on purpose. Janbooch ke. What is it that they do? A. Make calorie count hard to understand. Make calorie counts hard to understand. B. Fail to provide accurate calorie count. They don't give you accurate calorie count. Right? First, they may. Now, the main thing is calorie count. Main thing is calorie count. Option A is calorie count hard to understand. Option B is provide accurate calorie count. So, fail to provide. It means they give you wrong calorie count. Okay. And C is use ineffective methods to reduce calories. Ineffective methods and reduce calories. Now, see, what is it that food manufacturers deliberately do? Deliberately means on purpose. Janboochkar. Exactly.
I think food manufacturers could do more to encourage healthy eating.
How?
Well, when manufacturers put calorie counts of a food on the label, they're sometimes really confusing, and I suspect they do it on purpose, because food that's high in calories tastes better, and so they'll sell more.
Yeah, so if you look at the amount of calories in a pizza, they'll give you the calories per quarter pizza, and you think, oh, that's not too bad. But who's going to eat a quarter pizza?
Exactly.
So, A, well done. Make calorie counts hard to understand. Right? Fail to provide accurate calorie count? No. Use ineffective methods? No. right? In the beginning they said that. I'll play this beginning again.
I think food manufacturers could do more to encourage healthy eating.
How?
Well, when manufacturers put calorie counts of a food on the label, they're sometimes really confusing. And
sometimes really confusing. So confusing means make calorie counts hard to understand, right? Question number 27, please. What does Rosie say about levels of exercise in England? Now just imagine exercise, level of exercise in England. A, amount recommended is much too low. Amount recommended means amount of exercise. Like for 1 week you got to run for 30 minutes or 1 hour or all that. Amount recommended is too low. B, most people overestimate how much they do. You know, after 10-minute walk they say आधा घंटा हो गया मुझे चलते हुए, something like that. So it means that most people overestimate how much they do. You are on treadmill, right? You're and you only see 15 minutes away. So it is just like that. C, women now exercise more than they used to. Means as compared to the past, women exercise more. So what does Rosie say? Again you will listen to Rosie carefully, and Rosie is going to talk about levels of exercise in England.
I suppose another approach to this problem is to get people to exercise more.
Right. In England, the current guidelines offer at least 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week. Now, when you ask them, about 40% of men and 30% of women say they do this, but when you objectively measure the amount of walking they do with motion sensors, you find that only 6% of men and 4% of women do the recommended amount of exercise.
So you can see why obesity is growing.
It is B. Most people overestimate how much they do. Right? Yeah. A is amount recommends is much too low. They did not mention that. C is women now exercise more. They did not mention that as well. I play this again.
I suppose another approach to this problem is to get people to exercise more.
Right. In England, the current guidelines offer at least 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week.
30 minutes brisk walking 5 days a week is the guideline. A is amount recommended is much too low. They did not comment on that. They only said 30 minutes and 5 days a week.
Now, when you ask them, about 40% of men and 30% of women say they do this. But
okay, now 40% men, 30% women, they say they do this. That doesn't mean women now exercise more than they used to. They are answering this question, amount of exercise recommended by England.
I suppose another approach.
Sorry, I have to play it from the beginning.
So, how can people...
I suppose another approach to this problem is to get people to exercise more.
Right. In England, the current guidelines offer at least 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week. Now, when you ask them, about 40% of men and 30% of women say they do this. But when you objectively measure the amount of walking they do with motion sensors, you find that only 6% of men and 4% of women do the recommended amount of exercise.
Okay, so most people overestimate how much they do because...
So you can see why obesity is growing.
5% and 6% are doing the accurate amount of exercise. Let's go on. Question number 28. Adam refers to the location and width of stairs in a train station to illustrate. Now stairs, imagine train station. Imagine stairs, right? Adam refers to the location and width. Width means how wide the stairs are, and location means where are the stairs, right? Location and width of stairs in a train station to illustrate. He wants to give some example. A, practical changes that can influence people's behavior. Practical changes mean if they practically put the stairs somewhere far, they put the stairs somewhere near and the elevator somewhere far. Now for example, if the stairs are here and the elevator is over there, let's say let's go from the stairs. So this is how you can be healthy. So this is what they mean by practical changes that can influence people's behavior. Option B, methods of helping people who have mobility problems, people who cannot move on their own. So methods for helping those people who have mobility problem, means who cannot walk properly. Option C, ways of preventing accidents by controlling crowd movement. Now listen, ways of preventing accidents by controlling crowd movement. Again, the question is, Adam refers to the location and width of the stairs. Listen to him about location and width of stairs. Stairs means सीढ़ियाँ, पौड़ियाँ, yeah?
So, how can people be encouraged to take more exercise?
Well, for example, think of the location of stairs in a train station. If people reach the stairs before they reach the escalator when they're leaving the station, they're more likely to take the stairs. And if you increase the width of the stairs, you'll get more people using them at the same time. It's an unconscious process and influenced by minor modifications in their environment.
Right. And it might not be a big change, but if it happens every day, it all adds up.
Yes.
A, well done. Practical changes that can influence people's behavior, means stairs should be wide and they should be closer as compared to the elevator. 29. What do the students agree about including reference to exercise in their presentation? Agree. Now they will talk about reference to exercise and they will agree on one point. They will discuss all 3 points, but they are going to agree on one point, and that will be your answer. Question number 29, option A. They should probably leave it out. Leave it out means they should omit it. Okay. Reference to exercise. Including reference to exercise, they say we don't need it. So it means they have to omit it. Leave it out. Option B. They need to do more research on it. Do more research. Option C. Should discuss this with their tutor. Now if they say we don't need to discuss this with the tutor, C is not the answer. If they say, well, we need to do some more research on that, I'll read some more books on it, then it is B. And if they say, let's just throw it away from our presentation or something like that, that's not the answer. It's going to be actually leave it out here. So please, 29.
But actually, I'm not sure if we should be talking about exercise in our presentation.
Well, we've done quite a bit of reading about it.
I know, but it's going to mean we have a very wide focus. And our tutor did say that we need to focus on causes and solutions in terms of nutrition.
Oh, I suppose so. And we've got plenty of information about that. Okay, well, that will be simpler.
Okay, that will be simpler. So what are they going to do? A, they should probably leave it out. In the beginning, they decided. I play this again.
But actually, I'm not sure if we should be talking about exercise in our presentation.
Well, we've done quite a bit of reading about it.
I know, but it's going to mean we have a very wide focus.
No, it's going to mean we have a very wide focus and all that, so they should probably leave it out. Question number 30. What are the students going to do next for their presentation? The next step about their presentation. Option A, prepare some slides for it. Slides, PowerPoint slides. Option B, find out how long they have, for it. How long means duration, the time period. Find out how long they have for it. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks means the deadline. And C, decide on its content and organization. Right? Now just listen carefully. Students going to do next.
So what shall we do now? We've still got half an hour before our next lecture.
Let's think about what we're going to include and what will go where. Then we can decide what slides we need.
Okay, fine.
What we are going to include and what we are going to. So, C, decide on its content and organization. And then we will decide what slides we need and all that. Please listen again.
So what shall we do now? We've still got half an hour before our next lecture.
Let's think about what we're going to include and what will go where.
What we are going to include and what will go away. So it's decide on its content and organization. All right.